Hey everyone, welcome to another video on our channel. Today, we're going to talk about the latest happenings with the Warriors and everything you need to know to stay updated on what's going on with the team. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any details. Let's get into it. Draymond Green's journey has always been marked by intensity on and off the court. He's never shied away from challenges, whether it's facing the best players in the NBA or dealing with controversies and strong statements. This unshakable confidence is a reflection of the Warriors' spirit, a team that has reinvented itself over the years and is now trying to prove once again that they can still be champions. But is this journey to the title viable? The team's current scenario presents some significant challenges. Despite the confidence shown by Green, the Warriors still need to solidify their position in the Western Conference. With a balanced record and fighting for a play-in spot, every game from here on out becomes crucial. The arrival of Jimmy Butler has brought a positive impact, but the team's adjustment to this new setup is still a work in progress. The big question is whether this change has been enough to turn the Warriors into a true title contender. It's undeniable that, with Curry playing at a high level and a heavy hitter like Butler on the team, they become more dangerous. However, the competition in the West is fierce. The Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not only dominate the conference but have shown impressive consistency. The Denver Nuggets, the reigning champions, continue to be a serious threat. Teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers are also in the mix. For Green's prediction to come true, the Warriors will need to elevate their game even further and find ways to overcome these challenges. Beyond the tactical aspect, another crucial factor for the final stretch of the season will be the health of the roster. Injuries can completely change a team's fate, and any significant loss could compromise the chances of a solid playoff run. Given this scenario, an inevitable question arises. What will be the Warriors' future if the team doesn't manage to achieve that long-desired title? Green's statement about being invited to be the team's head coach raises an interesting discussion about the franchise's next steps. The team has a well-defined identity built over the last decade, but a transition will be necessary at some point. Looking ahead, Golden State needs to think not only about the possibility of winning now, but also about how to maintain competitiveness in the long term. This includes decisions about the roster, playing style, and even who will be the voice of command on the sidelines when this winning era comes to an end. And what if Green really did take on the role of coach one day? He has the knowledge and experience needed to lead, but as he's mentioned, he has no interest in that path. However, if history has taught us anything about the NBA, it's that circumstances can change. Many former players who once rejected the idea of coaching ended up accepting the challenge when they felt it was the right time. In the meantime, the focus remains on the current season. The Golden State Warriors still have a lot to prove, and every game will be essential in this race. Green's confidence may serve as fuel for the team, but in the end, only their performance on the court will determine if this bold prediction has a foundation, or if it was just another memorable statement from one of the most charismatic players in the NBA. If there's one thing the history of the Golden State Warriors has taught us, it's that you should never doubt this team's ability to surprise. Over the past decade, they have redefined basketball with a style of play based on speed, off-the-ball movement, and three-point shooting. However, the current scenario is very different from the one that made them a dynasty. The era of absolute dominance is behind them. But that doesn't mean the Warriors can't rise again and fight for the top. The arrival of Jimmy Butler has brought a new dynamic to the team, adding defensive intensity and a winning mentality. But did this change come at the right time? The big question now is how the team will adjust for this final stretch of the season. The chemistry between Butler and the rest of the roster will be crucial for the team's success. Butler is a player who demands the ball in crucial moments, something that has always been Stephen Curry's domain. How will the Warriors balance these two offensive forces? Historically, the team has always worked best when all players are constantly moving, without one star monopolizing the offense. But basketball evolves, and maybe this is an opportunity for the Warriors to adapt their identity without losing what made them special. Draymond Green, as one of the team's leaders, will play a key role in this transition. His understanding of the game and his defensive organizational skills could be the factor that makes this combination work. But at the same time, Green needs to maintain his discipline on the court, something that has been a problem over the years. The emotional aspect has always been a critical point for Draymond. His intensity is a powerful weapon, but it can become a problem when it crosses certain limits. We've seen him involved in controversies that have cost the team dearly in the past, and with the Warriors in a delicate situation in the standings, any mistake could be fatal. Golden State has no margin for error. Every game now is a must-win, and the team will need to show a level of consistency that we haven't seen this season. If they want to avoid a tough battle well in the play-in tournament, they will need an impressive winning streak. And of course, we can't forget that the competition won't make it easy. The Thunder, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander playing at an MVP level, is determined to prove it's one of the strongest teams in the league. The Denver Nuggets, with Nikola Jokic, continue to show why they are the reigning champions. Minnesota, Los Angeles, Sacramento. The list of direct competitors is extensive, but Green has made it clear, the Warriors fear no one, and this mentality could be a game changer. If there's one thing this team has proven over the years, it's that you should never underestimate a group led by Curry and Green. Additionally, Butler's impact could be even greater in the playoffs, where his experience and ability to elevate his game in crucial moments make him a valuable asset. If the Warriors manage to make it to the postseason in good form, they could become a team no one wants to face. And if this team truly manages to overcome all adversity and win the title, Green's bold prediction will no longer be just a controversial statement. It will be another testament to this franchise's resilience. But what if they don't make it? What's next for the Warriors? This is a question that needs to be discussed. The team has already gone through a transition in recent years, trying to balance the maintenance of the veteran core with the development of new talent. However, if this season ends in disappointment, the front office might be forced to make tough decisions. Should they keep the current roster and try again, or start a deeper rebuild? The offer for Green to be the next coach of the Warriors could indicate that the franchise is already thinking about the future. Although he has denied interest in the position, this possibility could resurface if the team goes through a major reshuffle. Green's leadership style has always been very vocal, which is essential for a coach. He understands the Warriors system better than anyone and could theoretically continue Steve Kerr's legacy. But would he be able to lead a roster as a coach without the same emotional intensity he always displayed as a player? The transition from a leader on the court to a leader on the bench is not easy. Great former players who became successful coaches, like Steve Kerr and Tyronn Lue, have managed to adapt their mindset to handle a group of players without the same direct control they had while on the floor. If Green ever decides to accept this challenge, he will have to find that balance. But for now, his focus is entirely on the court, fighting to turn the Warriors into title contenders again. What we can say for sure is that regardless of what happens, this season will be crucial in determining the franchise's next steps. If they manage to turn things around and surprise the NBA, we will have another epic chapter in the Warriors' history. If not, the team may be on the verge of starting a new era with significant changes to the roster, and perhaps even the coaching staff. If there's one thing the NBA teaches us season after season, it's that everything can change in a matter of weeks. At the start of the season, many believed that the Warriors no longer had what it takes to compete among the greats. But now, with the addition of Jimmy Butler and a rejuvenated defense, that narrative might be about to change. The big question now is, can this team really exceed expectations and contend for the title? To answer this question, we need to look beyond individual talent. The Warriors' success has never been based solely on the stars of the roster, but on the system and the chemistry on the court. Stephen Curry continues to be the heart and soul of the team, and even at 35 years old, his impact on the game remains undeniable. His shooting, movement, and leadership make him one of the most dangerous players in the NBA, and that's why any team with Curry cannot be overlooked. But basketball is a collective game, and for the Warriors to raise their level and become true title contenders, some factors need to align. The first of these is defense. During their years of absolute dominance, Golden State stood out not only for their lethal offense, but for their defensive intensity. Draymond Green was the heart of that system, always organizing the defense and ensuring the team played at the highest possible level. Today, this aspect of the game has been inconsistent. In some games, the Warriors seem fully connected, limiting opponents and turning defense into offense. But in others, they let important advantages slip away due to a lack of focus. With Butler on the roster, the defense automatically improves. He is a player who prides himself on his defensive ability and always raises his level in high-pressure moments. But will it be enough? Another key point for the team's success will be the contribution of the supporting cast. In recent years, the Warriors have tried to develop young talent to keep the franchise's future solid, but few have truly become key pieces in the rotation. Jonathan Kuminga has been one of the most improved players and can play a crucial role in the rest of the season. His athleticism and energy are game changers, and if he continues to grow, he could become an essential piece for the tactical system. Additionally, the experience of veteran players like Chris Paul could be vital. Even though Paul is no longer the dominant point guard of years past, he can still offer game intelligence and leadership when necessary. His ability to organize the team and create opportunities for his teammates will be crucial in key moments. And here's an interesting point. The Warriors have always had a clear identity and a defined system. But does this current team need to adapt? The addition of Butler brings a different dynamic, and maybe it's time for Kerr to make deeper adjustments. The team has always played collectively, with a lot of movement and quick shots. But now they may need a more physical and defensive approach to face teams like Denver and Oklahoma City in the playoffs. And this is where we come back to Draymond Green's statement. He guaranteed that the Warriors will win the title. But was that just exaggerated confidence? Or does he really see something within the team that the rest of the league hasn't noticed yet? If we analyze history, every time someone doubted this team, they responded with championships. In 2015, few believed that a style based on long-distance shooting could dominate the league, but they revolutionized the game. In 2022, after years of dealing with injuries and a rebuilding phase, they surprised everyone and won another ring. Now, in 2024, they are being questioned once again. Many analysts say that the Warriors no longer have enough to compete with the giants of the Western Conference. But it is precisely in these situations that this team shines. The Warriors' DNA is about overcoming adversity. They have never been just a talented team, but rather a group that plays with intelligence, teamwork, and unwavering confidence. If Butler can fit into the system, if Curry continues to play at an MVP level, if the defense becomes dominant again, and if the supporting cast does its part, it wouldn't be surprising to see the Warriors once again competing for the title. The NBA is an unpredictable league, and even though statistics and logic may indicate that Golden State might not be the favorite, this team has already shown that they should never be doubted. The NBA is always reinventing itself, and one of the most talked about stories behind the scenes right now is the possible arrival of Sotto to the Golden State Warriors. The franchise, known for shaping historic teams and its innovation both on and off the court, is reportedly interested in having the Filipino center's talent for the 2025 season. If this deal comes to fruition, it would not only be a strategic move in technical terms, but also a significant cultural milestone for the league and for millions of fans worldwide. Sotto, with his impressive 2.18 meters height, already grabs attention at first sight, but his differentiator goes far beyond his stature. The young center has developed a combination of skills that make him a special player, especially in modern basketball, which increasingly demands versatility. His defensive game is one of his strongest points. He knows how to use his wingspan to contest shots and protect the rim efficiently, making him a true obstacle for opponents in the paint. However, what really makes Kai a standout player is his offensive ability. While many traditional centers are limited to plays near the basket, he has shown a good mid-range shot, a highly valued characteristic in today's NBA. His journey from the Philippines to international leagues has been inspiring. Now, with rumors of the Warriors' interest, he may be on the verge of an even bigger leap. If this signing happens, we may be witnessing the beginning of a new era for Filipino basketball and the NBA itself. Sotto could not only become an impactful player in the league, but also pave the way for other young talents from the Philippines to have more opportunities in professional basketball. So did you enjoy the video? If so, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to stay updated on everything about the Warriors. See you in the next video. Thanks.